If you're a frequent P&W Haunts and Homicides listener, you probably already know we're Birdie ambassadors.
We wanted to take a quick moment to tell you a little bit more about this awesome product.
Birdie is the modern personal safety alarm made for women by women.
In a situation where you feel threatened or unsafe, you can simply activate Birdie's loud siren and flashing light to create a diversion.
Birdie is perfect to carry anytime because the device is lightweight and comes in a variety of colors.
So important. Use our ambassador link and coupon code P&W Haunts and Homicides to receive 10% off your purchase. Like our social media handles, the coupon code is all spelled out, no special characters.
You can find the link and promo code in our show notes or P&W Haunts and Homicides link tree.
Have a safe ass day. As indie podcasters, we love to show our support of other awesome shows. So stay tuned for the promo we've got to share with you this week.
Let's show them some love. You can find their info in our show notes.
So, have you ever thought about what would happen if your airline window popped out?
Or if you can build a jetpack using only machine guns.
Well, we found out you could, but you really shouldn't. Hi, I'm Jill Chacha.
And I'm Marissa Riley.
Together, we have one comedy sciencey show called, well, That's Interesting.
It's for folks who like to learn about weird stuff, like how hair can grow between your teeth and what happens if the moon disappears.
If you need a break from the world or need interesting stuff to bring up at a party when those happen again, come on by.
Find Well That's Interesting wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts.
Hi, Caitlin. Just kidding.
Oh, no. Hello, stranger.
I was trying to be sexy for Ep 69.
Oh.
Ooh.
Okay. That explains it. Hi, Cassie.
Hi, creepy people.
This is P&W Haunts and Homicides.
Yes, it is.
I think.
Yeah, I'm glad you said it because for whatever reason, I kept forgetting.
Yeah. Like, what do we call this again?
I just get to talking and chatting with the creepy people, and I totally forget. So
this is Creepy People Pacific Northwest, or
this is P&W Creepy People. That would be a good podcast.
P&W Humps and Homicides.
We hump. Well, today we might.
Yeah, I guess very on topic.
Yes. So. We don't have any business or anything, right? We can just jump in. Are you guys ready? I think we're ready.
Do it.
So in honor of this being episode number 69, arguably the funniest number ever made.
Absolutely.
If you're a 12-year-old boy like me, that's fine.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you all about Incubus and Succubus.
Oh.
Are you so excited?
I don't know.
She was excited for a second, then she remembered like maybe what it meant, and she's like, "Oh, wait.
I don't know.
Wait a minute."
Yeah, I'm just thinking, at one point we thought maybe there was one hanging out here at the apartment. So.
Yeah. I don't think so. You're going to see
not.
why. I'm going to tell you why.
Okay.
So, these are also known as sex demons, if you didn't know.
Okay.
Which,
I didn't really know.
You didn't?
No,
you didn't
they
know
just
were
sounded
sex demons?
scary.
Okay. So
No.
you're going to get a lot of information today.
I should have known because I always kind of pictured it as like a Blanche Devereaux demon.
Oh, well, maybe.
Yeah. Okay.
They might take that form. You never know.
Oh, geez.
Unlike the band Incubus, you're not going to wish they were here.
Oh, deep cut.
I guess unless you're into demon sex, which I guess might be the case for some people.
Yeah. I mean, we don't kink shame.
Yeah, we've said it before, and I'll say it
Consent
again.
is key.
We don't yuck anyone's yum.
Yeah.
But we'll get there.
Yeah.
I'm sure we've all seen references to these demons in one way or another, whether it be video games or movies, like one of my personal favorites, Jennifer's Body.
Ooh.
I fucking love that movie. Do you like it, or did you ever see it?
I don't know that I've sat down and watched it from like beginning to end.
Okay. It's like a scary movie, quote unquote, but it's like a funny.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of what I remember. I think it's one of those ones that pops up on TV. Back when I had cable. You just catch it at some weird spot in the middle.
Oh, I fucking love that movie. So anyway, we should watch it.
Okay.
Or TV shows like South Park. Do you remember when we had Aubrey from Friends Talking Nerdy on?
Yeah.
And I don't remember why, but the South Park episode with the Succubus came up and we were like, what's the song that she was singing? And then Tim like popped up in the background and started singing it.
Oh my gosh.
There's got to be a morning after. She didn't sound like that, but that's my rendition.
Didn't she though?
She sounded, I think she had like a higher voice. I went low on that one. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
Even Stephanie Meyer gets in on the action, with the Denali clan being the original succubi in the Twilight universe.
Ooh.
Yeah. Do you remember that? Did you? I don't know. I keep asking, do you? You're like, I don't care.
No, I mean, no, I've seen the Twilight movies and stuff.
Yeah.
I never read the books.
I don't remember.
Which is unusual for me.
But in the movie or not?
I don't
remember.
I don't recall that, but it's been years since I've watched
the
movies.
But they like to lure men into their chambers and then eat them.
Yeah.
And I mean,
I get that.
Yeah.
If I'm being honest, it's like, okay.
So in that world, they were like, why the succubus myth came to be is because they were actually vampires.
Yeah. I mean, kind of makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
You could see
in
where
the real
that would
world,
happen.
though, it's not that way. They're not vampires.
Okay.
She even got inspiration from Incubi for Edward knocking up Beller with little baby Rumpelstiltskin.
Oh.
And that was one for the rats. Wink, wink. So where does it all come from? Are we ready for the history lesson, kids?
Ooh.
I don't know why I said kids.
Kids.
I hope there's no kids listening.
Yeah. Maybe.
Especially to this one.
Yeah. Maybe just see your children out of the room.
Yeah. Please. Before I start, I am going to give a quick little trigger warning. I started off a little lighthearted and fun, but we are talking about sexual assault here.
Oh, no.
So I just want to give a little warning if you don't want to listen to that.
Okay, bye.
Yeah. So she's like, I try to leave every time you do an episode. So
it's
you
true.
can't leave on mine.
Well, I'm quite literally trapped in by the tarot table here.
Yeah,
so
she's not going anywhere.
Got a snowball's chance in hell of getting out of this one.
Those aren't very good chances.
No, they are not.
If you know anything about snowballs. Anyway.
You're charming.
Oh, God. I'm something. So the terms incubus and succubus are Latin for to lie on top and to lie beneath.
Oh.
I bet you can probably figure out which is which. The
Yeah.
incubus would be the male, so that would be to lie on top. And the succubus is the female form, so
Okay.
they would lie beneath.
I think I would have gotten there, but I was still working out the second part of the sentence. I'm like, wait, what? Huh? Right.
But I guess I was going off the assumption that everyone knew that incubus was male and succubus was female. So if you didn't know that,
Oh, yeah. Okay.
an explanation was helpful there.
I didn't think about it that hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why I have all of this weird information in my brain. I don't know where it came from, but
I mean,
that's where we're at. So, so these demons will come at night and force sex upon the victim.
well, that's not very nice.
It's not very nice. This can either happen while you're awake or in a dream. Even if you can't remember an encounter, you might feel physically, emotionally, and mentally drained when you wake up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I mean, like, I kind of wake up like that anyway, but hopefully.
Right. For different reasons,
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
You might even see or feel physical evidence of it, like bruising or soreness. You might even feel as though you've been penetrated.
Ooh.
Yeah. That would be so strange to just wake up and feel like, oh,
No.
what happened? Yeah, it's not a good thing. That's why I gave the trigger warning. So I'm like, it is a little bit of a sensitive topic. Yeah.
Well, it's just like all of the fairy tales that we all grew up with, all of the Disney movies. Like, if you really think about them, they're pretty dark.
Yeah.
I feel like this is in that same category.
Like kissing people while they're sleeping. Ew.
Ew.
Don't do that.
No.
Consent, please.
Yeah, it's not a good look.
Yeah. So, like other demons, incubi and succubi feed on energy, and sex is definitely a great way to do that if you're a hungry demon.
I guess.
Hungry.
Whew.
I've been learning a lot about sex magic recently,
Oh.
and people use that because you're like building up and releasing a huge amount of energy. So that's what I imagine the sex demons are doing, like building up that energy and then feeding on the orgasm, either theirs or yours.
Whoa.
Yeah, because a lot of the stories, people actually will orgasm even though they might not want to, which is, it's intense.
That can happen.
Yeah.
And yeah, nobody likes that.
Yeah.
No,
please.
No, but this is so interesting because it really does go back to like vampires. You see those movies where they ravish a young girl in the middle of the night.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel like
they're very intertwined.
Yes, they are. And I was reading about that's where a lot of the vampire lore actually comes from, Incubus and Succubus legends.
Yeah.
So
I feel like that makes a lot of sense.
It does. There's also something called a marine spirit, which is totally new to me. I've literally never heard of this. It's where a succubus will possess a living woman and use her to manipulate a man.
Oh, okay. How's it spelled?
Marine.
Okay, yeah, I was definitely picturing like a dolphin spirit, a fish spirit. Okay, that's not what I thought it was.
A big old dolphin with like big tits. A big succubus dolphin.
Wow, that's weird.
I thought that was interesting. And I didn't dive any deeper on that one.
Yeah.
So I was just like, that's interesting. But we're going to stick to the regular old run-of-the-mill Incubus and Succubus.
Yikes.
Oh, gosh. I think I say that later, too. It's going to be funny. I'll say it twice. It's fine.
That's all right.
There is one theory that a succubus and incubus are actually the same entity, being able to change sexes to fit their needs.
Like those reptiles and frogs and stuff that can like reproduce asexually.
Kind of like that. Oh, it gets worse. So even possibly using their female form to rape a man, steal his semen, and then use their male form to rape a woman using the stolen semen to impregnate her.
What?
Fucking brutal, dude.
I really hate it.
Yeah. It's so icky.
Yuck.
Yeah. I know. I was like, oh, this will be a fun episode. And then I started getting into it and I was like, oh, this is kind of like, ugh. Some people see these demons, some don't. Mostly they're invisible. I didn't really see any physical descriptions of an incubus other than from some other cultures' legends. And they always seem to be described as like small and ugly and hairy.
Wait, what? Yeah. That is the last thing I
know.
Would picture.
No, thank you. But then the succubus is typically described as an extremely, I wrote irritable woman.
Oh.
So it's messing me up.
Oh my gosh.
An extremely irritable woman.
I mean, hard same.
Oh, man.
It's very relatable.
Okay, let me read that again. Gosh. But then the succubus is typically described as an extremely irresistible woman, but might have some animalistic features. But mostly she's like really nice looking and appealing to a man. Like, why do the women get this ugly little short hairy guy?
I mean, I feel like that really stays true to life, you know?
It's not fair.
Life imitates art or
Legends.
vice versa. Yeah, that's okay.
Okay, this is going to be the hard part because I'm going to have to pronounce a bunch of weird words.
Oh no.
But I think I did a pretty good job. So, many different cultures have stories of sex demons. The jinn are in Arabic culture. The Alp are in Germany. Popo Bawa in Zanzibar. Fun fact, Popo Bawa is Swahili for bat's wing. And I was like, oh.
Yeah.
I mean, I know it's a sex demon, but that's kind of cool. Batwing.
I mean, like its name is okay though.
Yeah. And this is one of the ones where the man attacks not only women, but men too, and even children.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No, we don't need to be doing that.
Yeah. And honestly, I didn't look into it enough. There's so much on these different cultures, demons.
Wow.
I'm not positive that they sexually attack children or if they just, like, one of them said something about biting off its toes or something like that. Yeah.
But either way, not great. But
I want to picture it that way and not, well, I don't want to picture it at all.
Is there a good way
Right?
for, yeah.
No, there's not a good way. Just it's better than thinking of the children being attacked by a sex demon. So
no, thank you.
yikes. There's more. There's the Lidderts
What?
in Hungary. So the word is spelled Lide with like a little thing, RC. But apparently I looked up the pronunciation in that language and a C makes the TS sound at the end. So it's like Lidderts. It's a very interesting word.
Wow.
I went and looked up how to
gosh.
pronounce stuff in this language.
Yeah.
It's in Hungary, so in Hungarian.
Yeah. No wonder this took you like forever.
It took me so long.
Oh my goodness.
The Trauco in Chile and South Africa has the Tokoloshe, which they believe are familiars of witches and controlled by witches. They are also sometimes used as explanations in situations where someone has been harmed or sexually assaulted but cannot reveal who or talk about it.
Oh.
So if they say the Tokoloshe did it, they can get the help that they need.
Oh.
Which is so sad.
Yeah. Wow.
I know. It's intense.
Yeah. I'm really glad I have a couple of super lighthearted episodes coming up after this.
Oh man, you guys, this next part it's heavy too. So I'm sorry. I'm just throwing it all on you today.
Ah!
Myths and legends of these sex demons were made reality in 426 AD by Saint Augustine of Hippo. I know. I was like, Hippo. I made sure I was pronouncing it right too. It said it was right. So I was like, is it like Hippo?
Literally, my first instinct is to be like, I think you mean HIPAA.
It's an O.
No, I know, because,
What's HIPAA?
it's a medical dental thing.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
I was like, this sounds familiar. I've heard that.
It's
I know.
for
what it
your
is.
privacy.
Okay. Who wrote The City of God Against Pagans? And I'm just going to leave that right there.
Okay.
He basically made a statement verifying that women were, in fact, being attacked by incubi.
Okay.
So knowing how Christians react to things, very calm, cool, and collected, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cool as
totally.
a cucumber.
Oh, no. They started burning any pregnant women they felt had been attacked and knocked up with a demon spawn.
Oh, okay.
So
Some more of that
that
pro-life
happened.
logic
Yeah,
out there,
right?
right?
Oh boy.
Cool.
Then in Europe in the mid 1400s, there was a lot of witchcraft hysteria. So they started to believe that incubi and succubi were actually familiars of witches and that witches were in control of who they attacked. So that was kind of interesting that that happened later and that had already been something they believed in South Africa with the Tokoloshe.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Also, when you're going to persecute these groups, you just assign like what they can do
Yeah.
and like the significance of all of these
I
like
know.
actors in a, given situation.
Man.
Like, what?
Why?
Listen, if we could control them, would you even be here?
Exactly.
I don't
Man,
know.
and what do all these people have against witches?
You
We're
know,
lovely.
I think so.
They're just jealous.
I mean, occasionally a few kids in the village go missing. Witches get hungry.
Oh, no.
Just kidding.
We would never eat a child.
No. It's too much work.
It probably would be.
Yeah, you got to catch them.
Ugh.
Moving on.
Moving on quickly. LiveScience.com says, based on their research, 11% of people have had an incubus or succubus encounter.
That feels high.
It does feel high.
It does feel real high.
It was like 1 in 10 or some shit.
Yeah. That feels okay. So look to your left, look to your right.
I've never had one.
Yeah.
I don't think.
Okay, so where the rest of y'all at that,
I mean, if you've had an encounter and you feel comfortable enough writing us about it, we would love to hear it. I mean, not that I want anyone to have had that.
Yeah.
But
what an interesting story,
it would be
though.
So interesting.
Yeah.
Because going through this, I did read a ton of stories and they're kind of crazy. So,
I bet.
Yeah. And you can be anonymous if you'd like to. So
yeah.
Let's see, where was I? Now there are some people out there that claim to be having sex with ghosts. Do you remember the article I sent?
I knew exactly what you were getting at. Oh my
What was her name? Brocard.
Yes.
We'll have to find that episode and link it. But Brocard was marrying a ghost.
Was she marrying a ghost?
She was planning to marry the ghost. She was planning the wedding.
Yeah, I feel like I beg to differ because she was having a real hard time nailing him down. It's like when you're dating a guy and he's only free on Tuesday. He's always like got an excuse why he can't see you on the weekend. Like he saves that time for his real friends.
She was having an issue finding a venue.
Mm-hmm.
So I wonder if she ever went through with it.
Yeah.
It would be kind of interesting to find out.
Yeah, maybe we can see if we can find an update.
Yeah. There was another woman who married a ghost who she said looked like Jack Sparrow, but then it ended badly.
I'm sorry, what's this now?
Yeah. So she married this ghost, says that he looks like a pirate, looks just like Johnny Depp, Black Sparrow. What am I saying? Jack Sparrow. Did I say Black Sparrow the first time?
No.
Okay.
No, because I would have caught that. I would have been like, what?
Like, what am I saying? What is coming out of my mouth?
No one knows.
So yeah, like no one could see this guy. And she's like, oh yeah, he looks like Johnny Depp. Totally does.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, all of my imaginary boyfriends look like Johnny Depp too.
Yeah,
weird.
Right? But I guess it ended badly. Like a bunch of stuff started happening to her. And this actually leads me into my next thing.
Oh, no.
Is some people think that these are actually just incubi and succubi demons. So as we learned in the What's Haunting You episode 49, ghosts were humans living on this earth at one point.
Right.
Demons are supernatural entities and were never human. So I'm not claiming to know if all ghost sex is just demons in disguise. But since people like Brocard think that they're human souls, they are giving consent for the sexy time. So these are not forceful attacks. So they might look a little different than a typical incubi and succubi attack.
Literally 10 years ago, if you had told me this is a conversation I would be having, I would have had them drag you away.
It's so
in
weird.
A straitjacket.
I love it though. It's crazy.
I know. This is blowing my actual brain matter out of my skull.
No, keep that in there. We need you.
I mean,
so I found this book and I'm going to go over some of the author's beliefs. I'm not saying I agree with them.
Okay.
But we're going to talk about them because I think it's interesting.
Okay.
So get ready for this title.
Oh, geez.
I know, it's another long-ass fucking title. It's called 19 True Incubus Short Stories, Incubus and Succubus True Stories, Spirit Husband and Wife True Stories, Marine Spirit Spouses Stories, Ghost Sex Demon Stories, The Reality by Reverend Ezekiel King.
What? I mean, can you...
It was the most ridiculous title, and I was like, what is happening here?
Listen.
Pick one and go with it.
I'm going to need you to make an appointment for me to read the title of your next book. That is so ridiculous.
It's so crazy. And I mean, I know it's not like a traditional text. I mean,
come on.
I got it off Amazon Kindle Unlimited for free. So I don't know.
Yeah. Okay, let's get into this.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
He believes what these people think is just your basic run-of-the-mill sex with a ghost are actually incubi and succubi tricking people by using a human form, especially in dreams.
Got it. Okay.
So these attacks could happen in your dreams too.
Okay.
They could even take the form of someone you know. Rude and creepy.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
It's just that's just multiple tiers, levels. It's an onion of a violation.
I know. That's the word. Violation. Ugh.
Yeah. It's not great.
They might even use a familiar or comforting voice to soothe you.
No.
Mm-hmm. Another way is using graveyards as the setting of a dream so that you further associate them with humans who have passed. So you even more might think that they're just a ghost.
No.
Yeah. So the author thinks that anytime you're having sex in your dreams, especially if it's reoccurring, or if you're having sex with a ghost while you're awake, that these are both just demon attacks.
Whoa.
And I'm like, I don't know if I agree that every sex dream I have is a demon attack.
Yeah, I feel like I'm going to have to take exception to that idea.
I also have another slight problem with the language used in this book.
I can imagine, yeah.
When he talks about incubus, he rapes women.
Uh-huh.
But when he talks about the succubus, she has sexual relations with a man.
Oh.
I'm like, newsflash, it's still rape.
Yeah, I mean, it's sexual assault regardless of...
Not even sexual assault, sexual relations. Like, what? It's not okay.
Yeah.
So,
not a
okay
fan.
Yeah. That kind of goes back to the fact that it's always like a sexy woman, too, and then an ugly little man. So, the book claims that there are still attacks going on today. Hundreds of millions, in fact, supposedly.
Oh, geez. Yeah, because the world's, I'm sure, just so sinful.
All the
and
sex
evil
dreams, all the demons. And a lot of them either don't tell anyone or are written off by science, explained by sleep paralysis, hallucination, or even sexsomnia.
Wait, what? What's that?
Sexsomnia is basically it's when you have sex but you're asleep. So it's either you're masturbating or doing movements or actually having sex with someone in your sleep, but you don't know it and you don't remember.
I'm sorry that I asked.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but Okay, let's move on.
Yeah. So the sleep paralysis thing, I kind of get it. We're going to dive a little deeper into sleep paralysis in another episode because I think it deserves its own episode.
There's a lot of dimensions to that.
Yeah.
From what I understand.
There's a lot, but it's basically you're paralyzed, but you're like awake. So your body thinks that you should be asleep. So it paralyzes you. So you don't act out your dream. But you're actually awake. So then your brain is like half awake, half dreaming. So you could hallucinate, something awful happening while you're in sleep paralysis. So I do think that that could explain some of it. And it does feel real when it's happening. I know she's like not looking forward to doing that episode at all.
I think I have a thing that day.
No, you're going to sit through it. I torture you. You tortured me. Is how this goes.
Oh my gosh.
So are there consequences other than possible demon spawn to getting down and dirty with a demon?
Wait, what?
Well, yeah, that's what Incubus does is they impregnate you with demon spawn.
Okay. I thought that was just the crazy church people that thought
I mean,
probably.
That's the myth and the legend.
Right. It's debatable.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh. Honestly, I guess reading all of the stories that I've read, I didn't read one where someone actually got pregnant. So I'm pretty positive that part might just be legend.
Yeah. That feels right.
Yeah. But are there any other consequences? Whether you're being attacked or you're giving consent, if you think it's a ghost, or if you think it's a demon and you like demon sex, that's fine too. But apparently it can cause relationship or financial troubles. It can cause sickness or dun dun dun, even death.
Oh, yeah. It's not good.
Yeah.
You don't want to catch a case of that deafness.
No. Oftentimes these troubles don't pop up right away. So when they do show up down the line, people don't associate what's happening with their otherworldly bedroom encounters.
Oh, sure.
They just think, they're normal life issues.
Yeah, yeah.
That's not to say that anyone who's down on their luck or is having struggles in their life is having sex with a demon.
I think they probably are.
You think so?
No.
I'm like, do you really think?
I just cannot wrap my head around this. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So there was a lot of evidence in the book, quote unquote, evidence of people having sexual encounters with something otherworldly, and then their life just like goes to shit.
Okay.
Did that offend you?
No, I was like, it's like, I don't know where this is coming from. Like, I don't know if this is a burp, a yawn. I'm not really
the
sure.
demon trying to get out.
I guess.
She's a marine spirit.
I am not a fish.
A boob dolphin.
Okay. I mean, I could be one of those.
So now I get to this part in the book with the real personal stories from people. And there are a few from celebrities.
Oh,
yeah. Oh, it's fun. But the author goes, quote, celebrities are among the more trustworthy and believable peoples in the world. I was like, okay.
Interesting. Okay. Not sure I follow his logic, but
I'm like, your credibility just kind of went out the window there, but whatever.
Yeah, let's just assume for the sake of this conversation that we agree to just not
agree.
Yeah. I don't just agree that we're going to move right along.
Moving on.
For the sake of this conversation, let's pretend we agree.
Anywho, these stories include Bobby Brown's sexual encounter with an invisible woman.
Bobby,
he could feel her, but was only able to see her in his mirrored ceiling. What you got a mirror on your ceiling for, Bobby?
Listen, wow. Just reminds me of that episode of Chappelle's Show. Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Oh, wait, it gets better. He swears he was awake, not sleeping when this happened. And this
Okay.
was before all the hard drugs.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
No drugs involved
Yeah.
whatsoever.
Doesn't sound like it.
The author goes on to explain how Bobby's life was plagued with tragedy, and basically this succubus was the cause.
Yeah.
Again, I'm not personally agreeing with this. But
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
giving
no,
you
obviously.
the information. Yeah. So
That is,
it's something.
yeah.
And then it's at this point in the text that
Oh,
I'm
geez.
completely just done, checked out. He talks about Anna Nicole Smith like she is the succubus demon. He talks about her like she just ruined all these men's lives and she's the demon and they were completely innocent and she just took all their lives and fucked them up.
What?
Women are not always the devil, you guys.
Well, right. And I'm sorry. At 8,000 years old, was her ex-husband gonna do better than her? I'm very, wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
and he was basically saying that all of her old husbands died because of her. I don't know how many she has. I don't know a shit ton
Yeah.
about her,
I don't either.
but I just feel like that it was just not, it didn't sit right.
No. Well, she
with
married
me.
one of her husbands when he was already in his like mid 80s.
Yeah.
I think he just died of
He's gonna
being
die.
fucking old.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow. Okay.
But she had multiple nights where she said an entity would, quote, crawl up my leg and have sex with me. She decided it was fine since it never hurt her, and apparently the sex was top notch.
Okay.
But the author says this made her cause chaos and destruction on all the men in her lives. Quote, chaos and destruction.
Mm.
And then he also makes a snarky comment about witchcraft. So it was like, I'm going to go ahead and just send you the giant middle finger.
Wow.
So, sorry, not sorry. Another celeb that has shared their ghostly bang sesh is Lucy Liu.
Get out of here.
Yeah. I've actually heard this one before. I think on one of those haunted celebrity TV shows or something.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. So she describes it as blissful and related it to how Mary might have gotten pregnant.
Mm.
So she says something like heavenly came down from the ceiling and it was this
Wow.
great experience for her.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like sex with Lucy Liu is probably not terrible,
Oh, no.
you know?
Probably not. So she had a good experience with it. And now I'm kind of cracking up because the author doesn't say one thing about Lucy Liu relating this experience to Mary and Jesus.
What?
He thinks these are demon attacks.
Yeah.
But like it doesn't occur to anyone that Mary's just all of a sudden
Right.
pregnant with Jesus, but that's not a demon attack.
Huh.
Like where do they think
Well,
that
no.
came from?
I mean, that doesn't fit the narrative they
No.
want. So
No. Oh,
I'm not
no.
saying that that's right either, but man.
They're so worried about these
Yeah.
demon spawn that they're burning all pregnant women, but this
Yeah.
woman's magically pregnant and they're just like, oh,
That one's a good one.
that's a
though.
good one.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Dang, I'm getting sassy today. So what can you do if you think you're possibly being attacked by an incubus or succubus? You can use religious sayings or symbols since they are a demon. All of those ways you get rid of a demon would theoretically work on these
Got it.
guys, the sex
Okay.
demons.
So it's like the power of Christ compels
Yeah,
you.
stuff like that. A simple exorcism.
Really, Jay? Does it? Does it really?
You could try moving. Some,
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
yeah, right. Some may just be at a particular location and won't follow you, but some might just be attached to you personally, so that might not always work. You could try cleansing. We have an episode all about cleansing, but I personally suggest just going to a doctor, especially if you're being sexually assaulted.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I would just go to a doctor. That's something that's pretty serious. It's not like your typical haunting.
Yeah.
So, some people have gone and been put on schizophrenia medication.
Yeah.
Even though they said that they've had no history of mental illness, but that seemed to work in their case.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So,
Well, and I think it's valid to say that for some people, there could be instances where it's a symptom of mental illness.
yeah. Even though you might not know, you might not think that you have a mental illness.
Yeah. And whatever that experience is for each individual, you're not trying to devalue it. But if it is mental illness rather than, what you think is a legitimate haunting, of course you want to address that too.
Yeah. Oh, totally.
Yeah.
So that's my advice. If you're really bothered by it, if you do think it's just a ghost that you're having some fun time with, I don't think that all ghost sex is demons.
Yeah.
I don't personally
I'm not convinced.
Agree. Yeah, I do. I have had... I've listened to some podcasts that talked about having sex with ghosts. And their experiences have been positive.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
She's like, they only made that one episode, but
I know. I tried to find it too and I couldn't find it again, but that's fine.
Huh. Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to take a hard line on this one because
it's paranormal shit. You can never know for sure.
Yeah.
You really can't. All I can do is give you the info that's out there, and that's all I have. Episode 69, Sex Demons.
Oof.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's tarot card it up, I guess.
Let's do it.
Oh. Tarot time.
Yes. And I actually brought my Nightmare Before Christmas deck. I remembered, you guys. All right. So we're looking for some insight into incubi and succubi.
I mean, are we though?
I am.
Okay. All right.
Looking for that sex demon card. I know it's in here.
Oh my gosh. I know. I'm like, oh God, what are we going to get with this?
I know. Sex demon.
She's excited and I'm like, ee! Oh my gosh.
Oh,
look at what's at the... That's interesting.
So this is the one I flipped over for whatever reason. I don't know why. And then this is the one I pulled underneath it. So we have the Knight of Needles, which is like a literal devil dude.
Okay.
Upright, right? It was upright.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then 9 of potions.
Count them.
There's 9 potions. It's my favorite number.
It is. Was that upright?
It was reversed.
It was reversed. Okay.
That's funny. Because, yeah, I did do that thing where I flipped over. Like we don't usually do.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever
something
do that.
Told you to.
Weird. Okay. So we ended up with 2 cards. So Knight of Needles would be Knight of Swords. And then 9 of
Potions.
Cups.
Which do you want me to read first?
I was just feeling drawn to this one too after I pulled it. So, or I'm saying this one. It's the Knight of Swords.
Knight of Swords.
Swords.
It's swords, you know.
Sword fight.
Oh dear.
Welcome to episode 69, everybody.
Okay. I found it.
Okay.
Do you want to go first or you want me to read it?
I haven't found it yet, so you can go.
I'll go first. All right. So our keywords are daring, chivalry, forthrightness, impatience, single-mindedness, insensitivity.
Interesting. That sounds like some people who be burning pregnant women.
Or like a really thirsty incubus.
That too.
That could be.
The impatience.
The insensitivity.
Interesting.
Nights often symbolize messages or travel. Some decks, including the Rider-Waite Smith Tarot, show this knight rushing hell-bent toward an adversary or adventure. In the Aquarian Tarot, however, he shoulders his sword, contemplating his next move. If he represents a person you know, he may be someone who's overly aggressive or argumentative, who lives in shut the fuck
what does
up,
it say?
who lives in attack mode.
Oh my God. That's crazy. We were definitely meant to pull that card.
Or he might be a spiritual warrior, one who uses his intellect to examine and purify himself.
What? Weird.
The upright knight may suggest you're passionate about your ideas and believe wholeheartedly in the rightness of your objective. Guys, consent though. If this card represents an actual person, he's probably a young man who expresses his ideas enthusiastically and may have trouble understanding other viewpoints. He has a quick mind and keen intellect, but may lack true wisdom. Sometimes this knight symbolizes an urgent message or an unexpected trip. So, and then we've got an extra excerpt before we get into the body of like the interpretations. Knights and athletes. Our modern day athletic teams have their roots in the medieval period when knights served the royalty and noble houses. Our allegiance to particular teams, often connected to the schools we attended or the places where we live, recall our ancestors' fidelity to the tribes, fiefdoms, and or countries to which they belonged. Even the pennants waving at sporting events harken back to days of old when soldiers carried banners into battle to indicate the side for which they fought. Interesting.
That was a long one.
Some real old-timey stuff.
Yeah.
This is a vibe. In a reading about money, you may need to act quickly in a financial matter, but don't neglect to study the situation before making a decision. The upright knight may point to a trip for financial reasons or a message about money. Sometimes he heralds a change in your resources. If the reading is about your job, this card can represent a business trip. Sometimes it means a job change or a shift in work-related responsibilities. The knight may also caution you to hold your tongue and bide your time. Diplomacy is important now. In a reading about love, the knight may point to a new affair or a change in an existing relationship that brings more freedom, excitement, and openness. It can also recommend being more flexible and tolerant.
Wow.
That is a lot.
I feel like the sex demon would want you to be like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
More accepting and open of his, what am I trying to say? His
advances.
Yes. Thank you. Words just leave.
Words
sometimes.
are real hard.
She's always got me though. You literally always know the word I'm thinking of too. It's so funny.
I feel like I never know any words. I don't have all the best words. So
you have all the words I need.
Perfect.
Should I read the little one?
Yeah.
From this little book real quick?
Yeah.
It says the Knight of Needles or Swords has a smooth, devil-may-care, cavalier attitude. He's clever and quick-witted and has the maturity and focus to back up his brilliant ideas with decisive action. That was pretty similar to what that book said.
Yeah, very close.
Put your energy into maintaining the pace of your forward momentum and stop at nothing to see things through.
Ooh.
Interesting. That's what they do for sure.
Yeah, I mean, that's very on brand.
All right.
Okay. And then 9 of Cups. Keywords, wishes come true, good luck, happiness, abundance, generosity. Okay, I just feel like has our reading maybe been
it's in
infiltrated?
reverse, though.
That's true. Okay, we'll see what I'm like, this is a diamond letting us think that.
I feel like the reverse interpretation will have some.
Yeah, we'll see. Okay. Often called the wish card, the 9 of Cups is one of the most fortunate of all cards and bodes well in any reading.
Oh.
Some decks show a wealthy person, perhaps a tavern owner or innkeeper, sharing his or her largesse with others, filling their cups.
Aww.
Okay, so in the reverse, the 9 of Cups can indicate indulgence, excess, and or smugness about your riches. This card may also mean your errors are revealed, especially if your gains were ill-gotten.
Oh, snap.
In some cases, it shows you turning away from the material world to follow a spiritual path.
Whoa, weird.
In a reading about money, the reverse 9 may show you're spending more than you make, or that you're pouring too much money into a venture, or it may reveal errors in judgment related to a financial matter. If the reading is about your job, this card may mean you're playing when you should be working.
Oh.
Perhaps you think you can rest on your laurels, but it's a mistake. Sometimes it suggests you've gained through questionable means or by allying yourself with unscrupulous people.
Wow.
In a reading about love, the 9 reversed can indicate frivolousness, promiscuity, or insensitivity. Again, insensitivity in relationships. In some cases, it warns an indiscretion may come to light.
Oh, see, I told you it would relate.
Oh my gosh. Extra excerpt says, nature is held together by the energy of love.
Energy of love. Fucking sex demons.
You want to know who said that?
Who?
Deepak Chopra.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
That is crazy that it said that right now.
That's pretty
wild.
That's
Weird.
I'm freaking out,
God.
man. Okay.
The energy of love, literally sex demons feeding off your love energy. Whew.
Okay.
Let's see what this little book says real quick.
OT.
The 9 of Potions reversed is a call to check your motivations.
Uh-huh.
Don't worry so much about impressing others and gaining their approval. But it's pretty much the same, right?
Yeah.
Lasting happiness comes from authenticity and staying true to yourself. The people who are supposed to be in your life will appreciate you just as you are. Ooh.
Interesting.
That's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
So if the sex demon only wants you at night, only wants you one way,
ooh,
it's not good.
No, not at all.
You need to pay attention to the living people in your life.
Yeah. Wow. That's one of the like so creepy dead on readings we've had in a while. That kind of, ooh.
It's so weird too that we got this like devilly
and it looks
demon
like a demon
guy.
Yeah.
And he's like ugly and probably short and hairy.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't show that he's short and hairy, but
well, it
I
does
imagine
show he has weird facial hair.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's that.
It's kind of cool too because you would expect him to be on like the devil card.
Yeah.
But in this deck, I think the devil card is Oogie Boogie because he's like the big, but like the actual devil demon is on the card we got. So interesting. That's all.
Yeah. Eek. Okay.
I know you're like, I don't know about this reading. You always do that. Oops.
No, the reading was, that was spot on. Yeah. It's hard to get one that hits more like key points than that. That's crazy.
Energy of love.
All right. Well, leave your energy and your love out of my space.
Well, stay safe, everyone. Don't get attacked by a sex demon.
I guess, or do if that's your thing.
Yeah, if you like that type of thing. But
okay,
I don't wish that upon anybody.
No. Either way,
have a creepy ass day. See you next Tuesday.
So creepy.
No more sex demons. We're done with the sex
I think
demons.
we're done. Yeah.
Bye, sex demons.
Bye. So, for all of you that are listening, if you have any true crime or paranormal stories that you want us to share, maybe with the whole Pacific Northwest.
Yes, we would love to read them on the pod.
Yes, we will read them out loud.
Not just in our heads.
Yes. They don't have to be from the Pacific Northwest if you would like to share. Email us at pnwhauntsandhomicides@gmail.com. It's all spelled out, no special characters. Super duper easy peasy.
Follow us on Instagram and Facebook. Same thing as the email at pnwhauntsandhomicides, all spelled out, no special characters. Please also rate and review us on whatever platform you're listening to, and check out our stories on social media because our meme game is hot.
Agreed.
And if you agree, like Caitlin, you can also find us on Patreon and support the show.
Bitchin'. Probably on Netflix. Wonder if Chris has seen it. Probably.
Jennifer's body.
Oh.
Megan Fox's body.
Megan Fox's body.